Hey everybody, my weather recording tonight. We're going to update you on the Drought Monitor, which came out this morning. And then we're going to look at any rain chances, which there looks to be a pretty good chance now on Sunday where the pattern breaks down a little bit and we may get some rain. It may also fuel some bigger storms. So a lot of things I want to go over for you. We're going to start with the Drought Monitor. This came out this morning, Thursday, based on info through Tuesday morning. No surprise that things have worsened. Our northern counties now are under what we call a severe drought. Then we have a moderate drought across a good portion of the area, including all of Vigo County now. And then what we call abnormally dry in the southern areas, which is just the category before drought status. So things have worsened because of the lack of rainfall. But again, maybe some hope we might see a little bit of that. Kind of wanted to show you down south again. We have some of these areas that are still abnormally dry, even though it's they haven't had much rain there either. But technically, anything in the yellow shaded area would still be called abnormally dry. So I did a video a couple days ago on this, and no big changes. This has been the current pattern. What we refer to as an omega block, like the Greek letter omega, comes in and around. So high pressure in between protects everything. We've had the stubborn low southeast of here. We've had low pressure out in the northwest. That has been the current pattern that has been going on. But look what changes by the time we hit, say, Sunday and Monday. This now is forecast for Sunday night, and you can see the omega block thing kind of flattens out and the high pressure gets suppressed a little bit, and we would get more into what we call a northwest flow, which increases the possibility of some rain chances with complexes developing northwest of here and then moving this way. So at least for a while we think the pattern may break a little bit as we head for the weekend. So because of that, the question becomes, well, are we going to find any severe weather? And I want to go over that a little bit in detail here. This is one of the maps that if you follow me on social media that I show, and it does show this area, at least of a risk on Sunday of some severe weather in this part of the country. This is another map that I use, and the yellow area would be the slightly higher chances of maybe some severe weather. People ask about the black dot. The black dot actually represents where it's the highest probability of severe weather in the entire country. Not that it's a real high number, as you can tell by looking, but still probably northern Indiana might have the highest risk of some severe weather on Sunday, but near this area. And also the Storm Prediction Center is on board with this as well. This is their outlook for Sunday, and it does show most of our viewing area in an area that could have severe weather. So as we look for rain chances, we may also deal with some severe weather on Sunday. That's something we'll be looking at. So let me go over a few things real quick. This is based off of the NAM model. This was the afternoon run. What you're looking at is called the lifted index. Basically, when the lifted index is a lower number, you have greater instability. And it's got some of the lowest numbers right over this area. This is about 1 p.m. on Sunday. This is called the CAPE, which stands for Convective Available Potential Energy. In other words, storm energy. Higher these numbers combined with the lower lifted indexes, greater risk maybe of some bigger storms. And you can see we've got some pretty good numbers over this area, again at 1 o'clock in the afternoon on Sunday. What we're looking at here, sometimes we have what we call a cap in the atmosphere. That would be areas you see west of here. We don't really show much of a cap. There could be a minor cap, which kind of keeps things from developing. So we've got an unstable atmosphere. We don't have much of a inhibiting cap. So could we run into some thunderstorms? Well, another thing we look at is available moisture. On this model run, it has the dew points into the 70s. I mean, that's a lot of moisture, and you can see the rapid drop off into the 60s west of here. So right now, all of this is pointing towards probably some storms developing near the area. This same model, though, forecasts most of the storms by 1 o'clock Sunday afternoon to be developing just east of here. Now remember, I'm recording this on Thursday. We're talking Sunday. It's a few days away. This is going to change a little bit, but the numbers that we're looking at, we need to watch because possibly somewhere near here, there may end up being some severe weather. This is now going to be the same things we just looked at, but now instead of 1 o'clock, we're looking at 4 p.m. on Sunday. Lifted index, still very low. Cape pretty high, but starting to shift away a little bit now. So again, the threat of severe weather, if we have it, would be starting to move away. We don't show a whole lot of anything inhibiting the development as far as a cap at that point. Dew points are still high, but notice they're starting to drop now from the northwest. So if we go solely by this model, if we're going to run into bigger storms, they probably would be in the afternoon, early evening based on the timing of that. But this model wants to develop them off to the east of this area. This is 4 o'clock over near the Cincinnati area. And then by 7 p.m. it does show a rejuvenation of some storms now, again near this area. So we got to watch that afternoon evening time period on Sunday. And now this is about 9 p.m. and it's got a good line of storms now from eastern Indiana into a lot of western Ohio. The bottom line is it's a few days away. We've got to watch Sunday. Somewhere near here there could be some bigger thunderstorms as we head through the day on Sunday. How about rainfall totals? And again, I think there is a good chance we're going to see some rain. I don't know that it's going to be a whole bunch of rain unless you get caught into one of those bigger storms. This is the European model rainfall through 7 a.m. on Monday. Not a whole lot, but some. This is the Canadian through 7 a.m. Monday. Looks a little more promising. And again, you can tell where the bigger storms are located on this model, north of here. This is the GFS. That one doesn't look too good. I mean, it's got a little, but it's not much rain at all. And now this is the national blend of models, maybe a better representation, and it's again maybe a third of an inch to a half of an inch across this area. You can see it also wants to develop some of the bigger storms over in Ohio. So yes, we see probably some rain. I don't think it's a whole bunch. Of course, we don't want a bunch at once, but at least some rain chances. I want to show you this also because this is kind of my thinking what's going to happen. This is the European model forecast for early Sunday morning. This will be about 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. May have a little line of some storms coming through, kind of a fading fashion coming through during the morning on Sunday. Those would go away, and then we would see more storms fire up in the afternoon with the unstable atmosphere. This is now forecast for around 3 p.m., and what you're looking at is lightning intensity. So, and that's kind of what I'm thinking. Comes through early, a break, and then we'll get some more that develop in the afternoon, and that's based off of the European model. What I'm going to show you now, this is basically an in-house model that we use with our weather graphics system. It kind of has the same idea, so watch what happens. We'll let it play through time. Rain east of here with the low kind of departing on Friday. Saturday, sunny and hot here. By Saturday night late into early Sunday, we start to see that area to the west kind of moving in. So this is around 5 a.m. We start to show some in our western counties. That moves through, a break, and then notice by 2:30 we start to see the line developing west of here, and that's what we'll have to watch as we get into the middle of the afternoon hours on Sunday. This in-house model also can forecast rainfall. This will be, of course, just with the first round coming through Sunday morning. You know, it's got a quarter to maybe a half of an inch. And then again, we probably would see some more coming through later Sunday. So that kind of gives you an idea of what we're looking at on that. So my idea is I think we're going to see some kind of a fading complex of showers and storms comes through Sunday early morning, a break, and then we've got to watch mid to late afternoon the possibility of some more storms. Some of those may be a bit strong depending on how things pan out on Sunday. So with all that said, here's the 7-day forecast. Friday's fine, hot on Saturday. Again, I think early Sunday, a break, and then later Sunday. The later Sunday will have to be watched, 88. We break the temps down a little bit on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and then there's another system that may bring a few showers in here by the end of next week. So at least we have some rain chances. Best chances look to be Sunday. We'll have to keep an eye, possibly some severe weather. We'll fine-tune that, though, as we get closer.